Okay. I mean, we're gay after all, so.
Hi, and welcome to a new video. Today, I've got a special guest.
Ooh, a special guest. I love that.
Because today's topic is quite interesting and I can't talk about it on my own. So, today we're going to talk about the differences growing up and being queer in a big city versus a small city. Now guess which one of us is from a big city?
I am.
Right.
My name's Laura. I'm 18. I just graduated from high school. And I'm queer. I'm pansexual.
And she's from Vienna,
oh, yeah.
so, which is the capital of Austria. So there are about 1.8 million people. I'm from a smaller city. We have about 150,000 inhabitants. So I guess you can see the difference. So I came up with this idea because when I was on Interrail, I saw this sign about a building and it said originally straight. So I posted it onto my story and I was like, haha, that's funny, right? Me too. And she answered that she never had that. So my first question is, have you always known that you just aren't straight?
No.
No?
No. Actually, I didn't. But it wasn't really like... For me, growing up, I've always known that there are gay people, bisexual people. So it wasn't really a big deal. Like, it wasn't my first time that I heard of people being gay or liking the same sex or gender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just figured it out because I had a crush on a transgender guy, and I was so in love with him. He was from Germany, and so I just researched and I came up with the term pansexual or polysexual, and I was like, yeah, that seems fitting. So I guess I'm that, and that was about it. It wasn't like a huge deal for me or anything.
Okay. So have you had crushes on girls before that, or like?
No, never. I always was like, yeah, she's pretty. She seems really cool. But before that, I only had like boyfriends and crushes on boys and.
Oh, okay. That's interesting because I thought you just like you always knew and you always liked girls. Right.
Actually not.
Okay. When did you realize that like pan is a term?
4 years ago, or 3 maybe. No, 4. Yeah.
Okay, so 14.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, because I was about the same age when I first like questioned it. Because then I was like, I had a crush on my best friend, classic gay stereotype, when I was 15. But then I was like, no, let's just push these emotions down and not think about it for like 2 years. So then I only figured it out when I was 17. Do you think you ever had internalized homophobia?
I actually cannot really answer it because in my family there wasn't like, we barely talked about it really, but I was never like miseducated about it. So I always knew, okay, there's like gay people, and I was really interested in the whole society, and I was an ally before that, before I came out as well. And so I always like informated myself and got myself some infos and all about that. But I guess so, probably. I mean, like, it's hard growing up only seeing straight couples in TV and in books, so I don't know. It is. I think it probably was internalized homophobia as well.
Okay, right. Because I think I definitely had it, and maybe I still got it a little bit. But like,
hello. He's such a good boy.
Have you had a classic coming out?
Yeah.
With your parents as well?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Especially with my parents.
This my shit.
Because with my friends, it was always that there's this German saying, ein bisschen wie schadet nie. That was my go-to quote, and like my friends, they just were like, okay, you just vibe. So like I really just had coming outs to my family members. I mean, to like half of my family, I'm not out yet. But yeah, I did have a classic coming out.
Oh wow! I thought like it wasn't a big deal. Like was it a big deal?
I remember being really nervous about it.
How old were you?
I think I was 15.
Okay, wow, that's pretty young.
Not because like I mean, probably everyone's like deep down scared that they'll say something, or I don't know, just that their point of view towards you changes.
Yeah.
I had that as well, but I don't know, it wasn't like that big of a deal for me per se, but like when you're in the moment and you feel like, oh my god, my heart's beating so fast, it's racing, the blood is rushing through my veins. But apart from that, it wasn't like it wasn't emotional or anything. So
Okay. Did they know?
No.
Already? No, they didn't.
No, they
Okay.
didn't. Yeah, I'm pansexual, and they're like, okay, what's that? So I had to
Right.
explain it to them.
I personally always thought I'll just tell them when I have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, I told them, my parents, but for example, with my uncle and my aunt from my father's side, they were just asking me, so what's in your life? How's your love life? And I was like, yeah, you know, there's this girl I like. And they were like, oh, cool. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, so you just like
Yeah,
said it
and
straight out.
yeah, I just
okay, that's
I told them very casually, and another person I really like told was my other aunt, and I was like, yeah, you know, there's this girl I like, and she was like, understandable, girls are pretty, they're amazing, and I was yeah,
an awesome aunt. Wow, I love her.
but I think it really depends on whether you're really close to your family or not, because like I'm closer with the family of my father.
Do you think it makes a difference if you live in a big or a smaller city? Because like usually I'd say often it's different when you live in the countryside versus in the city, because there are a lot more conservative people. But do you think like there's a difference between big cities and smaller cities when it comes to the older generations?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it feels like if you're in a bigger city, for example, you get confronted with it more often than I'd say in a smaller city,
Yeah.
because it's probably in like the small villages or something that people tend to keep it to themselves, because they think, yeah, there are more conservative people,
Right.
more homophobic people. And here, I think it's just more people are like brave enough to talk about it and like to say it and to show it. I mean, that doesn't mean that there aren't any assholes or
Yeah,
something like
sure,
that.
sure.
But I do think it makes a difference.
Yeah, I think so too. Like a little bit at least. Because
Yeah.
also you've got this huge pride parade in Vienna. How many people were there last year?
Last year it was
500,000?
Europride. Yeah.
Do you know how many people are at the pride parade where I live? Like maybe 50 people or something.
What?
Yeah, maybe 100. Like if it's
No, really? That's
Yeah.
so sad.
yeah, there just aren't a lot of people. When it comes to your friends, you just always said ein bisschen bi schadet nie. So did you have like a classic coming out with them, or like parts of your friend group, or was it more like,
I don't think so.
do you have queer friends as
Yeah.
well?
I have like half, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a lot of queer friends.
Wow, right, because I think that's also a difference, because in my grade there are maybe 3 queer people out of almost 17.
What?
Yeah.
That's so, what? No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Or like 3 that I know about, including me, so
So basically just 2.
yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Maybe some of them aren't outed yet. I mean, in the whole school, obviously, there are more people, but not a lot of them. And also, that's why, because I always said that you're like that you're my first like queer friend I had.
Aw, I love that.
And also like not my only one anymore, but like now I have around 2, maybe 2.5.
Oh, it's just a little.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because like that's also like the big difference I think is that you grow up with other queer people around you. It's like so normal. And when I came out to my close friends, I was the only one that was like, hey, guys, I'm gay. Or I was like, I'm bi, but yeah, I'm gay.
Yeah, well, I had that as well. Growing up, I didn't know anyone who's gay, to be honest. I cannot really recall it or anything. So when I came out, like, I didn't really come out to my friends. I was like, yeah, no, girls are pretty, why not? And they were like, yeah, sure, cool. I mean, I'm not, but that doesn't matter.
I had like a classic coming out.
Really? How was it?
I was so nervous.
Oh.
Because when I told like one of my best friends first, I was so nervous, and she was like, that's fine, I don't know who the girl is, but yeah, that's fine. It got easier every time I did it. And it wasn't that big of a deal. Like all my friends accepted me, which I'm super grateful for.
Yeah, same. I first started having queer friends. When I was coming out, I was in my friend group the only one as well.
Okay.
So before I came out, I think it was quite obvious because, you know, I love to talk to my religion teacher like about queer rights and all that. I was like, put them rainbow everywhere, like just sprinkle it on it. And so I think it was pretty obvious that I was at least bisexual. And then I started hanging out with my other friend group from like my best friend side. There were a lot of queer people. Okay. And then of course with Instagram and all that, it's much easier. But in Vienna, I don't know. I do have a lot of queer friends now, but still like a year ago or 2, it was definitely less than
really?
Now. Yeah, I
That's
think so.
So interesting. I don't know, I just don't meet any people off of Instagram.
Really?
No.
Well,
I don't know. I don't think that's like a big thing.
I mean, I'm very like extroverted, so I'm also like just sliding in. Yeah, just sliding in the DMs, and I'm like, hey, I love that outfit. Like, want to talk?
Okay, right.
Or
I'd never do that. Also because I'd be kind of scared that somebody I know knows them, and then that's like weird or something.
Oh no, that happens in Vienna a lot.
Aren't you like afraid that that's weird? No. Okay.
No.
Let's talk about dating.
Oh, dating.
Do you have a lot of experience?
No.
Right, same.
Straight up no.
I thought you could talk about it.
Well, I mean, I had a girlfriend last year, and now I'm in a relationship. And my only dating was like online, like dating apps. But apart from that, not really, to be honest.
Did you like meet with people from dating apps?
Yeah, I met with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, except me.
I think you were the only one actually that I met.
Really?
Yeah, I did want to meet another girl, but it just like we didn't find a right time or date to set the date. I really cannot compare it because what we see on Instagram or like TikTok, that's my go-to source. What do you see on TikTok, like, and they're talking about the cliches and all and the stereotypes. It is said that like lesbian relationships are going really fast, and I think it's very different from here.
Really?
Yeah, because me personally, I wouldn't use the term dating until I'm really together with the person. So I wouldn't use the term dating as like if we're just texting or anything or meeting up. But what?
Ew.
Oh, it's a caterpillar.
It's so hässlich.
Oh my god, you're so mean to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful butterfly.
Schau, wie sie sich bewegt, sie ist so hässlich. Yeah, throw it into my backpack. Let's go.
Let's go.
How did you meet your current girlfriend? In real life or online?
I met her at a convention 3 years ago.
Oh,
and
wow.
she was in cosplay of like an anime character I really liked. I was like, yo, can I have a picture of you?
Mm-hmm.
And my go-to like thing, like conventions are great for meeting queer people. I figured that out. There are so many queer people you can meet, and I had as well like like a sign with free hugs and free kisses because I was like, get them girls.
Let's go.
So I met her and I was like, yeah, can I have a picture of you? And my it's still my go-to line is if I meet someone cool, I always ask them for their Instagram. Like I said, yo, can I have your Instagram? Like just in case I post a picture so I can tag you.
That's tricky.
That's big brain
energy.
move. Yeah. So they're always like, yeah, sure. And
Then you slide into the DMs.
yeah. And I
Damn,
slid
you're
in her
smooth.
DMs.
Damn.
I mean, it took like a year or two maybe until I really slid in because it was like just reacting to her stories and all that. Of course, I had but then we started texting. Like, hey, do you like your gay panic? And she said, as a friend. You know, I was like, let's talk about that.
yeah.
One of her, she's like, yeah, I think I like. So, yeah, that's the story.
Okay. So essentially, you met him in real life. That's
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the.
because like I think meeting queer people in like real life is super difficult. At least for me. In like a small city. I think, but that's the same for like big cities. You wouldn't know except for like the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I want to talk about dating, like the differences in dating, but like we both don't have a lot of dating experience, so that's a little difficult. Maybe at some point I'll be able to talk about that.
True. So like.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on like, I don't know if it was a date or like a meetup, but like we met online. Like I think 2 or 3 girls, and like I met with them once, and then was like just it. And, yeah, that's it. It's difficult.
But yeah, so I really cannot talk about dating as well
Yeah,
that much.
well, nice. I feel uncomfortable.
Same.
Let's just take a break.
A few moments later.
We're back. Essentially, to sum up, I think there are a few differences,
Yeah.
but also I thought there'd be more.
Yeah, right. It's quite surprising.
Yeah.
It's not
like-
that different actually.
Yeah, there are just a lot less queer people where I live, but also there are a lot less people. I think it evens out. Yeah, but also I think like people are a little bit more conservative when it comes to LGBTQ plus people in small towns. I mean, obviously not always.
Yeah.
Sure, it's going on. But I think at least where I live, it's a little bit more difficult to meet queer people.
Yeah.
And I think that's basically it. Because now we're hungry, so we want to eat.
Yeah.
Also, if you're either from a big town or a small town, please comment down below if you have any experiences you want to share. Follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll link it down below. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for asking me.
And I'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Easy.